Are you the type of guitar player that learns maybe part of a song and then maybe gets a little discouraged because parts of it are too hard, and then you just end up ditching the song altogether? Well, I'm gonna show you 3 different songs that just use 2 chords, and you'll be able to play the entire song. So if you think you aren't ready to take on a whole tune, think again. Let's dive in. The first tune we're gonna do is What I Got by Sublime. It's one of my favorite songs, and it's hard to believe it's just 2 chords. The only chords you're gonna need are a D major and a G major. And that's it for the tune. It's just 1 bar of each. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. These 2 chords might seem like they're a little bit tricky to switch between, but if you use your ring finger as an anchor point between the 2 chords, it makes it really easy to make that jump. Your pointer finger is actually still on the same fret, so it's just gotta hop over to the 5th string. And then your middle finger makes the biggest leap. It has to go from the 1st string all the way to the 6th string, and we tuck in our pinky on the 1st string on the 3rd fret. And you can just start with that, no problem at all. As you get more advanced, then you wanna add in a little bit of strumming. I would start with just some quarter notes, so you just do 4 strums of D, 4 strums of G. So you may notice in the recording that he's doing a little bit of single string picking, and that's great and sounds awesome. But if you're just starting out, feel free to just strum and really get this little strum pattern together. So we're gonna kind of mock the single string line, but make it our own, but just like an easy strum through the chord. So we're gonna go down, down, up, up, down, 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 up, up, down. So we've got. If you're new to these chords, feel free to check out Ayla's video, 8 beginner chords you should know, if you'd like to learn more about these and spend a little bit more time on each of the chords that we're gonna use in this video. The second tune we're gonna learn is Eleanor, Rigby by the Beatles. Such a great tune. Hard to believe there's just 2 chords through the entire song. So in the real recording, you're gonna notice there isn't actually a guitar part being played, it's mostly strings. But if you watch Paul McCartney play it live, you'll see that he's just strumming quarter notes away the whole time. So we're gonna do the same thing. The song starts with a C major chord, and we're just gonna go with this good old campfire C chord. So that's the 3rd fret of the 5th string, 2nd fret of the 4th string, and the 1st fret of the 2nd string. And we're gonna strum that 8 times total. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're gonna go to E minor, which is just the 2nd fret of the 5th string and the 2nd fret of the 4th string, which our finger's already there. And we're gonna strum that another 8 times. So let's try that. Again, all downstrokes, just quarter notes. That's the intro. Can you believe it? We're gonna put 8 C's together and 8 E minors together. Let's hear how that sounds. Then we get to the verse of the tune. The verse is exactly the same chords, but he plays them in the opposite order. So he's gonna start with E minor, and then he's gonna go to C. The verse is a little bit funny because it's not an even number of bars. So we're gonna have 3 bars of E minor at the beginning, and we have 1 full bar of C, and then another 2 strums of C, 2 strums of E minor. That may sound complicated. Sing the song in your head, and it'll be much easier to follow along. Let's give this a try. Then we're gonna get to the All the Lonely People part of the song. And this part is just on E minor the whole time. So we just have a big old E minor through that entire section. Again, still just strumming quarter notes. So let's give that a try. If you want to get fancy, you can add in the little descending line that's happening on the second string on top of your E minor chord. So you can add the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, which then goes down to the 2nd fret of the 2nd string, then to the 1st fret of the 2nd string, and then to the open 2nd string. This is entirely optional, but it's such a cool sound. We're going to do 4 strums of each of those. Let's give it a try. You may have noticed that I switched my fingering in that E minor section to my middle and my ring finger. I find it's just easier to do that little descending line when I'm using those 2 fingers instead of those 2. You can work it out however fits best for you. One of my favorite parts about this tune is the beautiful melody that Paul McCartney is singing. Even though it's such a simple chord progression, the melody just really puts this tune over the top. So feel free to hum along, sing along, or even whistle along, whatever you want to do. Just have some fun with it, and you'll absolutely love playing this tune. The third tune I'm going to show you is Jane Says by Jane's Addiction. This tune is just 2 simple chords, G major and A major. It has a little something fancy on the A major I'm going to show you, but we're going to keep that completely optional. So the G major chord is the same one we did for What I Got. This lovely G major. And then the next chord is A major. So you can either play A like this, so the 2nd fret of the 4th string, 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and 2nd fret of the 2nd string. You can alternatively bar it, especially if you're gonna add the fancy stuff on the A major chord. So let's do this. We're gonna do 4 strums of G and 4 strums of A, and then we're gonna make a small tweak to the A chord to make it sound a little bit more like the tune. So we got 1, 2, If you listen to the original tune, you'll notice that they push that A chord. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and that A comes just a little bit early. So we want to try to include that and make that jump just a little bit early into the A chord. It gives a nice little push and a little bit more energy to the song. So let's add that in. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3, 4. Okay, here we go. Let's go into the full strum pattern now. This is a little bit of a tricky one and totally optional. You can always go back to one of the easier ones if this is too tricky for you. So we're gonna go down, 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 up, down, up, 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 down, up. Okay, the trick is to keep that right hand rocking the whole time and just picking when you're going to hit the strings. So let's give it a go. We'll go nice and slow first, and then we'll try it at full speed. So let's go slow. Let's try it a little faster and see how it goes. 3, 4. If you want to get extra fancy with this one, you can add in the little line on the A chord. Unfortunately, you're going to have to bar that A chord, so if you're just starting out, that might be a little tricky, but it can be something for you to work towards in the future. So if we bar that A and we go up, 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 down, up, I'm just doing 4, 2, 4, 2. That was the third string going to the second string. And you don't want to pick just the one string, it's just part of your strum pattern. So we've got down, 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 up, 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 down, up, down. Whether you use your ring finger or your pinky finger to grab those fourth frets is up to you, whatever's more comfortable. You may find that G to A chord a little bit tricky to do. If you want, you can leave the G chord just a little bit early so you can make sure you arrive at that A chord at the appropriate time. It's much better to hit that A chord in the right spot than to carry that G all the way through. It's an old trick some guitar players do. Some people say not to do it, but if it sounds good, who cares? So if you want, try to do that. And it's a little trick, no one will notice, I won't tell anyone. Remember, if these strum patterns are a little bit too tricky for you, go slow first. Slow is steady, and steady is fast. So you wanna start nice and slow, build up the speed, and you always wanna check back in with the tune. The last thing you wanna do is spend all this time working on your right hand and then realize that's not what they're doing in the real song. That's happened to me. So make sure that doesn't happen to you. Every once in a while, turn on the real tune, see if you can play along with it. And if it doesn't work, that's okay. It gives you something to work on for the next few weeks. And you can always revert back to some of the simpler strum patterns if the real one in the song is a little too tricky. Way to go, you did it. You now know 3 entire songs and you just needed a couple chords to do it. Congratulations. If you're looking to keep having fun while playing the guitar, check out Guitar Quest, where our good friend Rob Scallon shows you how to improve your skills by learning how to write your own melodies, how to jam with your friends, and how to even write your own commercial jingle. But in the end, there's only one thing that matters most: having fun while playing the guitar. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll catch you in the next one.